What's up? It's Rob Cressy, and welcome to another edition of Best Year Ever, a podcast designed to inspire growth and impact so you can have the best year ever. Today's topic, Tom Brady's leadership and how you can be great and influence others. And Tom Brady was a masterpiece in the Super Bowl. They straight smoked the Chiefs as 3-point underdogs. And what really inspired me, and I get inspired by greatness. I love to audit the success habits of the most successful people in the world. And I looked at what Tom Brady has done over his career, but more specifically in Tampa. And how does he take an organization which for the last, I believe, 18 years has not really seen the playoff success and certainly not the Super Bowl success that they did this year. So what I want to do is break down what I see in Tom Brady's leadership and how you can use that to inspire growth and impact in your world. So number one, what stands out to me is Tom Brady's state of being, who he is. You know what is the number one thing? He believes. He goes in there and he has the belief that he is an ultimate winner. And this is something that has helped grow and change the culture in Tampa, where they were a middle of the road, didn't quite get there type of organization. All of a sudden, here comes a guy with 6 Super Bowl rings and everybody's on board. So why in the world is everybody on board? Because number one, you can transfer belief to others that Tom Brady is so certain in his success. Why is that? Because of the way that he has put in the work. He knows that he has done everything that he can to build that belief in himself. And then certainly he has seen those results. So boom, he rolls into Tampa and everyone's like, we've seen this before. He's done this 6 times. He is the best of the best. We believe, we buy into what you are selling. And then from that, everybody else believes, and he raises the standard because Tom, I assume, does not ask anyone to do anything he will not do himself. And that's what really raises the standard and belief in Tampa is he has this certain bar, and his bar is higher than anybody else's bar, period. So that's something that we all need to look at ourselves and say, all right, number one, who's raising our bar right now? Of what are you doing to get to the next level? Because Tom has been a great culture changer. He rolls into Tampa, automatically everyone's like, all right, let's go. And it's such a unique thing that one person can completely change an entire culture. Yet here we are. Next thing about this is thinking about the work that he puts in, and he is willing to do things that other people are not. And that's what part of greatness becomes, is so often people love to talk about how they want to be the best of the best, how they want to go to the Super Bowl, but are you willing to do the things that others aren't? And on some level, so many people love taking shots at Tom Brady because of TB12 and the lifestyle that he lives. My guess is he doesn't give a crap about any of that because he is the best of the best. At a certain point, when you get to where you're going, you don't care about the people shooting arrows at you. Go and read Man in the Arena, one of my favorite quotes or passages of all time. And one of the things of this is, and this is certainly true of a lot of leaders in entrepreneurship, this can feel very isolating when you're on such a level and you're doing things that so few other people get, that you can feel isolated, but in a good way, because Tom Brady walks into the room with this level of confidence to what he's doing and essentially says, you need to raise yourself to where I am because this is the standard of what I am doing. So what I would challenge you to say is, what are you doing to improve yourself and to raise your standard? And are you willing to do things that others aren't? Or look at yourself and say, all right, what is it that I am doing currently that other people aren't willing to do? And that should be a telltale sign of all of a sudden you're like, Nothing. Well, you're probably doing then what everybody else is. And I guess there's some sort of the poker analogy. If you don't know who the sucker in the room is, it's you. Well, the same can probably be said with growth. If you're looking at what you're doing and you're doing the same as everybody else, well, guess what? That's just average. Instead, what are you willing to do that other people aren't willing to do? And as I sort of wrap a bow on all of this, here's the recap of sort of what I see here. Number one, Tom Brady's state of being. He believes and he carries that with him everywhere. Number two, his influence. He's able to influence others because of what he believes in himself. And number three, the work. He puts in the work and is willing to do things that others aren't willing to do. So look at yourself in your own journey of greatness and what you're looking to do amazing things and influence others as leaders. When you're building a culture, boom, are you putting in the work? Are you showing up every single day and doing things that others aren't willing to do? And I'm curious to hear from you. What about Tom Brady's leadership do you notice? What are the elements of his greatness that you can contribute or do in your life? Would love to hear from you. Drop some thoughts in the comments. Other than that, looking forward to making this an absolutely amazing week. The football season is over, but that does not mean that we stop growing, because we are going to crush it this week. Boom shakalaka.